G'day people, long time no see or hear. So, where have I been? I've been working my buns off, trying to be a helpful guy and donating myself to some charitable projects. So it really hasn't left me much time to do anything else. But what I thought I would do was just take a moment to do a little bit of a show and tell, I guess, of a few things that have been landing here lately for an upcoming project of my own, if I get the time to do it. And since I've mentioned helping charities, I'm going to give a plug out to Johnny Long. Hackersforcharity.org. If you've got some technical skills and you think it's a good thing to help charities, maybe instead of throwing cash here and there at a few charities, well, maybe you can do that as well if you like, but maybe donate some of your time and some of your skill to some people that sorely need it but just can't afford it. But that's something for you to think about. And now that I've said all that, I'm going to hustle up and show you some things. First off the rank, a Bunsen burner and a couple of tripods and some mesh, which is laying around here somewhere. And to go with that, beakers and generally just measuring things and stirring things. And because weighing things fairly accurately is going to be important fairly soon, I grabbed myself a set of digital scales and also a calibration weight. Now, since my mission basically involves casting, I've started to gather some molds. The one on the left is for vulcanizing rubber, and I'm building a gadget currently to help with that. And the one on the right is just kind of basically an ingot mold, but I've still got some other things to gather and build for that. And I think someone is sending me something, but I'm not too sure. We'll see. Okay, so no casting is going to happen without crucibles, obviously. So I lashed out and grabbed myself a couple of graphite crucibles and even a graphite stirring rod. So that should do me for a little bit, I hope. Also, measuring temperature is going to be, kind of essential. So I grabbed myself an infrared heat gun, and there's a couple of other things I had laying around as well, which should be helpful. Okay, so what else do I have laying around here? I have some scalpels for neatly carving up some silicon molds. And also a dental vibrator, a useful thing, I believe. Basically, when you've got your molding material in place, you can get air bubbles trapped inside, which is something you don't want in your finished mold. So the idea of sending the vibrations through the material is to shake those air bubbles loose, allowing them to come to the top and disappear, and in the end leave yourself with a nice clean mold without any little bubble-shaped voids in the material. So since I mentioned vulcanizing rubber before, here's my vulcanizer project. Basically, it's still very much under construction. As you can see, I still need to work on an actual container, if you will, to hold all the thing together, and also a clamping device of some sort to hold these things firmly together. But in terms of the working elements, there's just basically just a power cord, as you can see, some copper wires, a switch, a couple of aluminium plates, fairly thick aluminium plates. These are about a centimeter thick, and behind each of these plates is a ceramic heating disc. And that's pretty much it. I don't want to spend about $1,000 on one of these damn things, so I'm making one myself. It won't be pretty, but the damn thing should work. Now, obviously not much casting is going to get done without a furnace. So I finally got my act together and got a furnace. It's not a huge one, just a desktop furnace, as you can see. But I wanted something neat, containable, and fairly safe. It's kind of a requirement for where I am right now. But it's enough to do up to about 3 kilograms of metal. So for the moment, that will do nicely for me. And obviously I got a few bits and pieces like flask tongs and the like. So things are looking okay here. Now, different materials I'm collecting. As you know, I got myself some polymorph and also some colouring pigment for it recently. This is not so much for casting because I don't think polymorph is really suitable due to the shrinkage that I've discovered. But it may help for just making random parts for different things, casings for different things, stuff where the shrinking is not going to be much of an issue, really. Now, something I'm really keen to check out is this extreme heat JB Weld. It can apparently handle temperatures up to 1300 Celsius. So that sounds pretty impressive. So I think I'm going to be putting that to the test at some point and seeing what I can do with it. Just how useful will it be? I'm hoping it's going to be pretty good. Okay, so what I've also done is I've grabbed myself just a little bit of silicone for now. It takes a beautiful impression. I'm pretty happy with the material. What I'm interested in finding out is what kind of temperatures this stuff can handle. I've been told it can handle molten brass. That I'm interested in seeing. Could be messy, could be fun. I just hope it works. But either way, it's a pretty damn cool material, and I'm looking forward to working with it a bit more. Now, silicone is fairly expensive, and I kind of don't want to go too nuts with the stuff unless I really, really need to. So I'm going to test out this stuff as well. An eBay purchase. Just a few kilograms of mold making silicon rubber, and obviously some catalyst. Slow setting to give myself a good amount of working time. I think I've got about 20 to 40 minutes working time with this stuff, so plenty of time to fumble around and try and get things right. But yeah, another thing I'm interested in seeing just how much goodness I can get from it, really. I also have some dental alginate to play around with, although this stuff seems to set pretty damn quick. At least a little too quick for my liking, so it looks like I'm going to have to do a bit more research and make a better purchase next time. Also, for adding strength to silicon molds, or possibly even making cases for things, or whatever else I decide I might want to make, I grabbed some epoxy resin, and just because clear can sometimes look boring, I grabbed some black pigment paste as well. And with much similar idea in mind regarding using less silicon and also strengthening molds, I grabbed a few kilograms of plaster of Paris, which may also come in handy for other things. Okay, so this video is quickly heading towards 10 minutes long, and it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning here. I'm knackered and I really do need to get some sleep, and I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time. There are a few other things I could show you. I mean, I've got a stockpile of brass, and there's a stockpile of aluminium. There are other gadgets and tools I have laying around, but for the moment, it gives you an idea of what I've been having to do to get ready for the things that I want to do. And yeah, I guess we'll all see what happens with all of this. So it's enough waffle for me. I'm going to promptly pass out shortly, I believe. So take care, be well, and if I actually get some time, I might see you again. Bye for now.